from the back row. Hamilton ran out of room there at the bench. Yeah, Carson Murray, the middle at 6'4". He's got such long extension. She'll make even a bad set turn it into points. Back to Eiffel that time. Grabbed by Rubin in the back row. Brezowitz tight to Eiffel. Block was there by the Cardinal. Brezowitz tries Hamilton. Block was there, and net contact again on Stanford. So Marquette back in front, 8-7. Cardinal have been aggressive at the net here early on, but twice called for getting tangled in the twine. Here's Hamilton to serve. Rolled by Rubin. And then down the line, big punch by Ipar Kurt. Kurt was big against the Badgers in downtown Milwaukee a couple days ago. 16 kills in that 4-set victory over Wisconsin. Nails that coffin corner there. Kurt serve, an ace. Dialing it up out of the reach of Hamilton. Something off of it. Just died late. This time right at Brezowitz, then tight at the net. And a big swing and a finish by Rubin. It came back on one. And Elia was there to punch it back and said, thank you very much on the overpass. Stanford in front by a pair. Another ace dialed up by Kurt. The redshirt freshman from Turkey. Timeout called by Marquette. They had the lead, but Stanford off and running here, settling in once again in Milwaukee. Back here at the Al McGuire Center on the campus of Marquette, Stanford was down a couple. They have rolled off. Take the lead at 11-8. Couple of service aces dial up by Ipar Kurt, who sends it across again out of the TO, and it throws her. That's the idea when coaches use that timeout, right? Marquette with the serve, trailing by a pair. Here's Molly Brezowitz, one of the liberos that Ryan Tice will use in this match and this season. Going to rotate, as you can do now in college volleyball. A little tap over by Bray, but not a whole lot on it. And then we got 4 hits called on Stanford. Lost track of the count over there. Yeah, it used to be the libero was the libero. You lost your libero to injury, you plug somebody else in. Now you can suit up a couple and rotate in as you please. Nice finish on the angle there by Jordan Harvey. Harvey from the service line against the Golden Gophers a couple days ago had 7 aces. She had 4 against Wisconsin. A lot of serving talent on this Stanford squad. Here's Ogilvy's turn. Hamilton got there late. And then the block delivered by Harvey and Lizzie Andrew. But it went OB, so Reitzma hitting into the block. There's nowhere to go, but watch the hands, and then Reitzma had to get out of the way. Neighbor with a deep shot, too deep. Marquette needs to clean up from the service line here early. Handed Stanford 3 easy points. Lead is a pair. Here is Harvey. Tough from that service line. Flipped over by Hamilton. Minor on one. And they'll say floor contact there as Got tried to dig it out late. You saw Cami Minor there. Her counterpart, Yadi Enchante, will do the same thing. Either hand as well. one sails just wide and just deep. Close. Talented serving squad. Stanford up by a pair with Reitzma to serve. Down the line, it comes over on one. Hamilton will set on Chante, then back to Aubrey. Again, third net violation called on Stanford in set number one. They have been aggressive and they've been trying to squeeze things tight at the net. This time by Ogilvy. Little slide action there with the middle Andrew. Minor will try the left side, and then off the block it goes on the hit by Rubin. Rubin, Ogilvy, Minor, and Sammy Francis. 6 senior middle, all ACC preseason all-conference selections. Controlled by Brezowitz. On Chante on the slide with Bray. Was there from Kurt, and now she takes a swing. Too much on it. Looking for the touch, but no. Addie Bray is one of the best in the Big East on that slide move. She's got quick feet and then power. She gets there on the attack. Stanford by one. Getting Garrison in to serve here. Order deep to Ogilvy. Minor settles in from the back. Just a little touch by Rubin. Hamilton up and over the hands, looking for the touch, and said it went deep, and Ryan Tice says, I think there was a touch. So the challenge card comes out, and the officials will take a look at the table. Each coach gets 2 challenges per set, and Ryan Tice, in fact, the down official actually pointed to Marquette for the point, but the R1 said no, deep. Point for Stanford. We'll take a couple looks. Maybe Andrew, maybe Lizzie Andrew in the middle. Does the hand and the fingers move? And after it was a quick review, and then both officials pointed in different directions, and yeah, they got it right. So it was a quick review, and they did see the touch. So make it 15 all after the review. Give Hamilton the kill, her 5th. I think this is an area in college volleyball that the officials, they want to try to speed things up, try to make those reviews quicker, more definitive if it's possible, instead of having the long looks that we have seen in the past. That was pretty efficient right there. Service error again by Marquette, however. Stanford back in front by 1. Taylor Yu, a freshman from Temple City, California, into serve. Sends it to Neighbor. On Chante will go to Hamilton. Little deep that time by Carson Murray in the middle, who went up. And Chante went through Murray to get to Hamilton. But watch Murray in the middle. Stanford had to respect that number 12 might get it for a quick. Good work by Chante, who's back to serve, tied at 16. Shot, Yu steps in front of it. Little slide action there, and Aubrey Hamilton is there to deny Charity McDowell. McDowell on the slide couldn't get a whole lot on it. Hamilton just traced her and was ready for it. McDowell couldn't get that momentum to the net to put it away. And that time in the middle, Minor took it herself again. Her 2nd kill from that setting position ties it at 17. Now Cammie to serve, 2-time Pac-12 setter of the year. and first-team All-American a year ago. She's as good as they get anywhere. Hamilton waits for it on the trampoline, up and over. Set by Ogilvy. Big swing that time by Harvey. Cross court to Hamilton. Tight at the net. Flicked it over. Ogilvy will try Kirk, and it goes off the block of Eiffel. Set number 1 still up for grabs. Stanford leads it by 1. Here's Minor to serve. To Hamilton down the line. Block was there. Brezowitz on the backside. Hamilton, again the block was there. Just no room for Aubrey. She delivers one there. Big swing, big finish by Kirk. Hamilton kept looking for spots on that left pin where she could operate and where she could sneak it in. And Stanford denied her each time. And then they got it cross court to Kurt, and she pounded it home. Stanford by a pair. Enchante quick to Hamilton. Block again. Eiffel, the lefty, too much into the Stanford bench. And it's the Cardinal by 3. Timeout called by Ryan Tice. It was close, 17 apiece, in fact. And Stanford rips off 3 unanswered. Stanford up by 3. Head coach Kevin Hambley, I asked him earlier today, are you tired of Wisconsin? They've been here for a week, but the results have been very productive. And he said it's been a business trip. We've had the players engaged when they need to be engaged to prepare for these matches, especially against Minnesota and Wisconsin and now Marquette. They've also given them some time to enjoy Milwaukee and Wisconsin. So all good so far in the trip to the Midwest for Stanford. Out of the timeout, back and forth we go. Minor, back set, dug out by Enchante. Eiffel waits for it, up and over the hands. Minor, nobody there until Ogilvy at the last second. Eiffel again, but too much on it again. Sienna has tried to put these long rallies away, and now Ryan Tice is going to sub out Eiffel for Natalie Ring, junior from Madison, Wisconsin. Until Fody is 100%, you're going to see a lot of Ring and Eiffel try to fill those shoes. Ring, who wants it? It's Enchante at the last second. Minor, soft hands in the middle and a big swing. And a net violation this time on the Golden Eagles. So the miscues by Marquette are starting to haunt them against this talented Stanford squad. Minor serve down the line to Reitzma. Ring with a swing. The back row, it's dug out by Rubin. Oh man, on the trampoline, and then Harvey puts it away. Jordan Harvey with authority. Look at her wind up and then come in and then just crush it. Stanford on the gas pedal here late. 6 unanswered after it was tied at 17. Minor in the middle. Big windmill sweep and finish by McDowell. Grad student from Indianapolis. Putting Stanford on the doorstep here in set number 1. And Cami Minor will try to deliver here. To Reitzma and 8 her up. Brezowitz saves it. Ring up and over. Cardinal go to work. Minor. Rubin. Kurt rather. From the middle, blocked by Carson Murray. Murray and Marquette saw enough of that on that middle delivery by McDowell. Carson right there. And that's how it ends. Hamilton into the net. Net violations were a problem for the Golden Eagles. Stanford will take set number 1 here in Milwaukee to keep a good thing going on their trip to the Midwest. 25-18 Cardinal over the Golden Eagles in set number 1. We'll switch sides here at the Al McGuire Center in Milwaukee. Stanford, number 5 in the land. Marquette, number 24. Back with set 2 when we return. A beautiful, still summer evening here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Stanford, as I mentioned, settling right in to the state of Wisconsin, beating Milwaukee, and then in downtown Milwaukee, knocking off 2 Big Ten powerhouses, the Golden Gophers from Minnesota and the Badgers from Wisconsin. Trying to make it a 4-0 start before heading home. Play at UC Santa Barbara. It doesn't get any easier for Kevin Hambley and company. The ACC, terrific volleyball conference as well. Yeah, he said we'll miss the Pac-12, but from a volleyball standpoint, man, competition lurking for the kids from out west. But all good. They welcome it. Marquette, season ago, 21-11, 16-2 in the Big East. They'll be poised to make another run for another Big East championship. Marquette in the gold on the opposite side now, on the right of your screen. Black and Cardinal for the Cardinal on the left of your screen. Reitzma denied. All over it. Charity McDowell again. McDowell really heating up in the late stages of that first set. Not only offensively, but doing just that. Ogilvy, the Pac-12 Libero of the Year a season ago. Enchante will try Reitzma again. This time she found a hole in the back row. Taylor Bevan, the senior from St. Louis, was there, but got there late to try to dig it out. Right there, Reitzma splitting with Andrew getting there just a tad late for Stanford. Tracked down by Minor, waiting for it. Little roll shot there by Rubin. Brezowitz tried to sneak it in. Rubin off the hands and too hard. Elia Rubin from Santa Monica. Again, think about what she did in those 2 showcase games. 19 kills against Minnesota, 20 against Wisconsin. To get that many against that quality pair of opponents as Bray delivers from the middle. Eddie Bray, Marquette's opener, led the squad with 11 kills against Eastern Illinois. She's just so strong. When you got a tracer on the slide, it makes it even more difficult. Minor on one, coming over. Sam Neighbor was there. Reitzma, that tickled off the antenna. Jenna knew that the hands were there, so she tried to sneak it over and just tuck it into a pocket. Cardinal by 1 early on. Here's Rubin to serve. Brezowitz was there. There's Bray on the slide. It was ready for it. Kurt. Marquette side now. Hamilton had to leapfrog to send it over. Kurt down the line with authority. Reitzma almost played the carom, but boy, Ipar Kurt. And again, her 16 kills against Wisconsin. So Rubin had 20 and Kurt had 16 in their 4-set victory over the Badgers. Reitzma goes low to get it. Hamilton from the back row. Kurt deadened by Bray. Try Kurt again, and this time Enchante was there, but just too much power behind the native of Istanbul. Stanford with the early lead, +3. Rubin off the net, and down it goes. Service ace for Elia Rubin. Was was seesaw back and forth in that first set all the way until it was 17-all. Stanford threatening to run away and hide here early, but not that time as Weitzman delivers between the block. Jenna's serve. Cross court, it was a beauty. Little slide action. Hamilton, though, was there to deny Lizzie Andrew. Marquette creeping back in, down by 2. Weitzman was an all Big East selection in 2022, not last year, and not on the preseason squad this year. Too much on the swing, and the players are looking over at Kevin Hambley for a touch, and he shakes his head and says, "No, I didn't see it. I'm not challenging." Not looking for the equalizer. Minor over to Kurt. She shoves it across down the line. Big swing by Hamilton. Kurt again, and this time at Ada Prezowitz. Ipar starting to get heated up here in set number 2. That left pin. Prezowitz is right there, but too much gas behind it. So Marquette's chance to tie there. Can't get it done. Stanford in front by 2. Here's Taylor Yu to serve. Prezowitz jumps in front. Big swing by Hamilton, but gathered in the back row by Rubin. Kurt again on that left pin. On the slide, Bray off the hands. Stanford defense was there. They saw it coming, but just too much on it by Hattie Bray. Yeah, Kurt was there, but couldn't swallow it up. On to serve, Callie Kinney, a freshman from Villa Park, Illinois. Big deep breath. Gathered in by Kawa. Windmill swing by Kurt. Near the net, Hamilton. And after the swing, she came over on the attack. Still on the Stanford side. She knew it. A little anxious, did Aubrey. Try to finish that point off. Again, Marquette tries to even it up on the scoreboard. Stanford remains in front. Here's Mina to serve. Hamilton, and a whistle. And we got again a net violation on Stanford. They had 3 in set number 1, but still able to win at 25-18. Enchante to serve from Lima, Peru. Spent 5 weeks in the summer with the Peru national team. As Carson Murray, that's, your eyes just get big. Too big. Tried to crush it and crush it deep. The net it goes on the serve by Kurt. Murray will try it again in the middle. Hands were there for Stanford, and that time forgot to roll on the block. It rolled and rolled and rolled forever after Marquette touched it, and then it rolled OB. So Cardinal by 3. A good serve. Little roll shot that time by Natalie Ring. So Eiffel got the start. Ring subbed in, and now Ella Foti subs in. Foti rolled her ankle, sprained her ankle in August. Not 100%, but she wants to play. Senior season. And Ella a little too anxious that time. That one all the way here to press row. Maybe that's a little too amped up for Ella. who's going to play beach volleyball for Pepperdine in the spring of 2025. She wants to make her last go-around at Marquette memorable. Big swing by Rubin again. A deep shot out of the reach of Hamilton. Stanford by 4. See the gather. And the finish by Rubin. Ogilvy serve. Fody, little roll off the net. Couldn't get anything on it. Try Ella that time down the line. Much better. And now Fody involved. It's a good thing for Marquette. She came to Marquette as a setter. But then when Enchante came on the scene, Fody said, no worries. What's best for the team? And it turned into a terrific right side hitter. From the middle that time, Lizzie Andrew delivers. Been trying to get the big 6'5" freshman involved, and that time she comes through. Quick set that time by Miner. Perfect. By 4 from the middle, Bray. Devin was there to answer, and then the big windup by Rubin, gathered in by Brezowitz. Waiting for it, Reitzma. Miner will go middle again to the big middle, Andrew. So Lizzie, back-to-back points for Stanford. That big 6'5" frame involved. Right at the net, Reitzma and Andrew were there. Down the line, crushed. Unreturnable by Rubin. Stanford rolling it up, +6. Timeout called by Ryan Tice and Marquette. Stanford took set 1. They're leading by 6 here in set number 2. Stanford starting to flex a little bit here in set number 2 against the Golden Eagles, if you didn't know. And that time, a little too early by Lizzie Andrew. Nice to be 6'5", but she came over on Marquette's side of the net, and Enchante was underneath it. Got an opportunity. So point out of the timeout. Ryan Tice and Fody to serve. The better servers on this Golden Eagles squad. From the middle again, they're starting to get Andrew involved, and she's delivering. Tried to do that in the first set, and she misfired a couple times. Now, the freshman, and of course, Miner just goes down to her knees to provide the perfect set. Jump serve there. Flicked over by Enchante. Bray was there for the rejection. Look at this, near the net, and then punched deep by Enchante. It was a great get. Out of bounds by Rubin, and she sent it close to the net where she was hoping, look at that, was hoping a teammate would be there, but it was out of the reach of Kurt, and Enchante took care of business. Marquette down by 5. Gathered in by Ogilvy. Miner will go to Kurt again, and the block is there, but out of play and out of bounds. The lead remains +6 for Stanford. Serve Taylor Yu again, the freshman from California. Good serve to Sam Neighbor. To Hamilton for that corner. Dug out by Powell. Bray tried to get the flush, couldn't finish it. Hop it back to Brezowitz. Hamilton, wind up and finish. McDowell was lurking along with Miner, but Hamilton just put too much behind it. Hamilton now with her 8th kill. And he's going to serve again here, the freshman. Marquette has 5 service errors in this match. All 5 came in that first set, so trying to clean that department up here in set number 2. Big swing and finished by Ipar Kurt. They leaned on Kurt in the late stages of set number 1. Again, it was tied at 17, and then Stanford outscored Marquette 8-1 to put it away. Minor to serve. Throw to neighbor. Shante will go to Reitzma from the back row. Gathered in by Rubin. Kurt. Resowitz gets there. Cross court to Hamilton. Up and over the hands. Diving stab by Minor to keep it alive. And then a shot by Harvey to finish off the point. So you want some basketball blood thrown into the volleyball match? Well, here you go. Jordan Harvey, who got the kill here. Her cousin is Aaron Gordon of the Denver Nuggets. Minor serving here as it goes deep. Her dad is Harold, who was an All-American standout at USC and played for the Miami Heat. And then you've got Sydney Duncan, freshman who's on the bench. Her dad, Tim. A lot of basketball blood running through these young ladies on the volleyball court. Too much on it. Deep shot there by Kurt gives Marquette the point. They're within 5. The time running out here in set number 2. Shante to serve. Marquette is 0-2 all time against Stanford. First meeting between these squads. Near the net, Hamilton. She hit it right at Rubin, who was patrolling in the back. And then finished off by Harvey again. Just when you're Marquette and you're dealing with Rubin, you're dealing with Kurt, and now here comes Jordan Harvey launching missiles at you. Kurt serve. Overpass. Finished off. Easy pickings for Rubin. It's Stanford by a touchdown at 21-14. Wicked serve. Just deep. If she tucks it in on that back line, another ace. Not that time. 3 aces dialed up here by Stanford in this match so far. It's Hamilton. It's still with it on ace serve. On the line and too wide. And the attack error by Rubin. Stanford lead is 5. Hamilton in the net. First service error of this set after the 5 Ryan Tice saw in set number 1. Clean that up. And now it's Ogilvy. Shante soft in the middle to Reitzma. That violation again. Called on Stanford. I think it was Lizzie Andrew that time who got tangled up in the twine. Lead is 5. Hamley looking for his squad to finish this second set off. Little back set and then finish the flush. Jordan Harvey again. Mini run by Marquette. Stanford back to a lead of +6, closing in on the 2-love cushion here in this best of 5. Cross court it goes, hands by Rubin to just flick it over. Reitzma off the big block of Rubin and Andrew. Marquette's still alive here to try to steal this second set as Fody checks in for Ring. we were watching the replay. Challenge going on. They're going to check to see if maybe Reitzma was in the net or a Marquette player was in the net. It was clearly off the hands of the Stanford double block that was going on. And indeed, Marquette called for the net violation. To wipe away the effort and the point. Watch Reitzma near the net. When she comes down, that had to be on Reitzma because see Bray, she's well off the net. Didn't see it from either angle, but the official did. Set point available here for Stanford. Ring. Finish it. Rubin will try. And then Lizzie Andrew on the comebacker flushes it home, and Stanford takes set number 2 as well here in Milwaukee. We told you, Cardinal, they've enjoyed their stay in Wisconsin. Trying to get a clean sweep and then head back to California with a 4-0 record to start this campaign. Stanford wins set 1, 25-18. Set 2, 25-17. Break time here at the Al McGuire Center in Milwaukee. We'll step aside and get you ready for set number 3. Back in Milwaukee, and by the numbers, Stanford getting 344. That's pretty good, isn't it, volleyball fans? They're getting it done. They're efficient in these first 2 sets. Set number 1 was close. In fact, it was a back-and-forth affair. Tied at 17 until Stanford pulled away. And then the second set, Stanford got out to a big lead early on and just kind of kept that lead at arm's length, kept Marquette at arm's length. The Cardinal have just been working on all cylinders here in Wisconsin and continuing here against this Golden Eagles squad. Stanford at 35%. First set and almost matched it at 34% in the second set. Hamilton is there to provide the block party along with Hattie Bray and give Marquette the early lead here at 1-love. Set 3 is underway. Marquette now on the left of your screen in the goal. Stanford on the right in the black and cardinal. Great to serve. Gathered in by Rubin. Over to Harvey, who had a big finish there to close out set number 2. Minor to Rubin. Deadly combination. Kevin Hamley, I asked him about Cammie Minor and said he wouldn't trade her for anybody in the country when it comes to setting a volleyball. And she's got the perfect mentality. She's that calming presence. She's not the big rah-rah player, which is what you don't want. You want that confidence in your setter, but you also want them to have that calming presence that the others can feed off of. There's Hamilton. Aubrey delivers her 10th kill. 10 for number 10. Hamilton has that similar demeanor that Minor has. Or the quiet assassin. Shantae serve. Deep to Bevan. Rubin tried to poke it down the line. The ring block was there. Firing again. Tried to shove it past the hands. Near the net, and does it go off the hands? It does. We'll give Rubin the kill. Rubin now with her eighth finish. Stanford ties it at 2. Harvey. There you go. You saw Carson Murray. Remember back in set number 1 when she tried to windmill it like that? And she got called for the lift. It was too much like she was dunking a basketball. This time you just go up and you still have the same motion. But the hand was closed and she got the finish. There's Settles. Finds Rubin. Dug out by Brezowitz. Reitzma waited for it. There's Miner going. To Rubin again. Why not? Rubin now with 9 kills. Hurt has 10. She's the only Stanford Cardinal in double digits, but Rubin's right behind with 9 and Harvey with 6. Reitzma from the middle. Oh, jump. Little leapfrog jump, spring action, whatever you want to call it. Jenna says, I'll take it. Get back in front. Brezowitz. Too much on it. That was Molly's job last year. You see, she's got the libero jersey on this year. Last year she was the serving specialist, and she was a good one for Marquette as a freshman. For you to serve. Pounds it deep. So each team gives the other a point from the service line. Now Sam Neighbor will come in to serve. Natalie Ring subbing in for Natalie, almost pulled the arm out of the socket of Sam Neighbor. No one wants anything from the service line right now. Harvey checks back in front and center for the Cardinal. There's Miner to serve. Miner on this trip went over 4,000 assists in her terrific career. Block is there by McDowell. Early going here in set number 3. It's been back and forth. No one running away and hiding. Marquette, be careful here. Up by Neighbor on Chante to Reitzma. The net Rubin, rather Kurt, beg your pardon, and then Hamilton from the back row. There was more and more of that last year with Marquette feeding Aubrey Hamilton from the back row attack. And you'll see it again this season in the Big East. Reitzma as well. They'll pick the spots to find those two when they're patrolling in the back. Jenna from the service line. Big windup by Harvey. Reitzma was there. Hamilton waits for it. Rolls it down the line. Ogilvy. Over it goes to Kurt. Oh, Hattie Bray wanted it. She knew it was going to Enchante, and Hattie said, get it to me. And Yadi did just that. Good work, good communication by the Golden Eagles. From the middle, McDowell, blocked by Bray. Hattie just, her game each and every year at Marquette has just elevated. She is just a complete volleyball player. Deep on the service error. That was the problem for Marquette in the first set. They cleaned it up in the second set, and now Ian Tice trying to figure out how do we reel it in from the service line again. And the slide, Bray again, just too powerful when she gets that feed from Enchante. 5 kills now for Hattie. Number one, it's the trust between those two. She knows that Bray will be there. Kenny, the freshman, to serve. Ogilvy got there. Kenny got there. Karam into the Marquette bench out of play. Marquette had the lead. They still have it. Hanging on by just one. Here's Ogilvy to serve. Soft serve. And delivered. With an ace. Ties it at 9. In Wisconsin, they thrive on frozen custard. Stanford, though, will take the soft serve delivery. From the back, there's Reitzma. Ogilvy got there. Long reach of Andrew. Long reach of Carson Murray. Reset here. Minor. And then gets it for the finish from Harvey again. Stanford in front, 10-9. Minor just settle it. Enchante with eyes in the back of her head. Cami Minor, same MO. Got there. Enchante jammed it across. Lizzie Andrew was there and saw it coming, but got the paw up just a tad too late. Minor comes over and says, it's okay. That leadership of Cami Minor. Actions are so good, they speak volumes. Hamilton with the left hand, and then Marquette in the net. It was Enchante that time. He was trying to circle under and help the cause. Harvey to serve. Too deep. Bench it set. Served it up for 7 aces against the Golden Gophers in that 5-setter. And then 4 times she delivered an ace against the Badgers. Misfire there by just a tad. Tied at 11. Hamilton. Go off the hands on the Marquette side. Rubin gets the finish. Poked around there, back and forth, and then Rubin was able to finally put a good swing on it. Coming from Rubin. To Enchante, and then over the ring for a big swing. The block is there, but it goes OB. Even. Ring with her second kill. The Ring, some of the characteristics of Eddie Bray. She just swings hard. I want to try to find opportunities for Natalie to play this season. Lizzie Andrew, not much on it, but because there wasn't, the block could do nothing with it. Wasn't pretty, but Stanford will take the point and the lead. Shoved it down from the middle spot. Taylor Yu for Reitzma. Chante, too much on the overpass. And then too much on it by Kurt. But there was a touch by Marquette. Fortunate for the Golden Eagles. That was a missile that had no chance to tuck in play. Stanford by 2. From the middle, Reitzma. And that'll go out of play. Yet, because of this experience and all the weapons, as Fody checks in here to serve for Marquette. Again, these young women have played a lot of college volleyball and played a lot of it together. So it's not just about 1 or 2 quote-unquote studs that they need to feed to win volleyball matches. And a lot of different options. Oh, how about that? Took a little something off it, did Kurt. Ipar tucks it in the back row to keep Stanford in front. Kurt now with 11 kills. Miner's serve. To Reitzma it goes. From the middle, Bray. There you go. Local state kid, Hancock, Wisconsin. Yeah, trying to tie this one up at 15. Force a fourth. Cross court, Sam Neighbor was there. Hamilton, yep, got the touch. And Kurt got a piece of it. Fingertips, and we're tied at 15. Golden Eagles, they're trying to do, look too far ahead, try to get this set and then force a fourth. Really have to take it one set at a time against the number 5 team in the country. No, couldn't do it. Look at the old college volleyball try, though. Pinballing around the net. Stanford in front by 1. The block, and then 2 opportunities right there. Moisture there. Clean up on aisle 3 by Natty Gray. Kurt serve into the net. Back to even at 16. Patty Rolfe, veteran volleyball official. She's the R1. Jim Kuzili is the R2. Which blocks them. Kolash. It's top 25 match. 16 apiece in set number 3. Freshman Kenny. Runs across court to Bevan. And a cross-court shot, tucked it into Jordan Harvey. How about that? That got oohs and ahs from the Marquette fans. How does she do this? That's how she does it. Cross-court, past the hands. Been challengeable. Challenge from Ryan Tice. In by Murray. And Neighbor gets there. Hamilton, that time. Net violation anyway, but Hamilton, even without it, no chance for Stanford to reel that one in. A dozen kills now for Aubrey. Cross-court feed. Ties it at 17. Shante launches it. 10 service errors now on the Golden Eagles. Sometimes you can get away with those early on. Tough to swallow them here when it's tied at 17. And over in 3, Natalie Ring. Now Miner will feed it to Rubin. Terminal. It's just so effortless. Silky smooth delivery. Cami Miner. And then that weapon. And Elia Rubin. Timeout Marquette. Tight one here in set number 3 in Milwaukee. Stanford by a pair, trying to close it out here in Milwaukee and Wisconsin. Beat Milwaukee, the Panthers. Beat Wisconsin, the Badgers. Trying to make it 3 for 3 against 3 Division I volleyball programs in the Badger State. Kept trying to get this third set here. Looking for the equalizer here. Hamilton will serve it. Reeled in by Rubin. Shot over by Harvey. Resowitz centers, finds Natalie Ring. Deadened on the hands of Stanford. Rubin, too much. A dozen kills now for Rubin. Kurt has 13. Harvey threatening to join them in double digits. She's got 9. Hamilton leading the charge for the Golden Eagles with 12 kills. Slaps at that one, and then mistake by Marquette. Got it to the front row, and then it was just flipped over. Too easy on the Stanford side. 6'5" presence from the freshman. An important point here. Both teams. Stanford leads it by 3 late. Reitzma gathered in by Ogilvy. Flipped there by Kurt. Room for Brezowitz. Enchante, little tap over. Ring battles with Minor. Still alive. And then finished off by Natalie Ring. Natalie tried to out-muscle Minor the first time. And after the back and forth, Ring gets the opportunity and says, enough already. Kevin Hambley looking things over with the R2. Nothing to challenge. That's still alive here to take this third set. And there was contact by Marquette. Ipar, Kurt, and just winding up. Watch the contact on Marquette's side. Either Fody, Ella knew it, in fact. Back pedals to send it over. Minor near the net to Kurt. And then Gray with the flush. What a job by Enchante. She goes down a la Cammie Minor on one knee. And that allowed her to just put it on a platter for Bray in the middle. Fody to serve. Marquette trailing by a pair. Here we'll go middle to McDowell. Fody kept it alive, but she sent it to the rafters here at the Al. And bodies galore were careening into that Marquette bench. Stanford 2 away from a clean sweep in Milwaukee. Brezowitz. Shante cross court to Reitzma. The block is there, but it goes OB. Again, one of those critical moment points here for both sides. Stanford needs it to force match point. Marquette needs it to tighten things up. And it's going to be Stanford on the doorstep as Harvey finishes. And she's now in double figures with her 10th kill. Timeout Marquette will keep it here. I want to tell you that Golden Eagles, they decided to have a gold out, not only to support the volleyball team, but also as a way to celebrate the life and memory of Marquette University's late president, Dr. Michael Lovell. He passed away in June, had a battle with sarcoma, which is a rare form of cancer that develops in the bones and the soft tissues. He was active right up until the time he passed away. And a tremendous champion of this university in Milwaukee and the community. He was huge in the athletic scene here at Marquette. He served 10 years as the university president, strong supporter of all the student athletes. And so, a lasting impression on this great university and all the athletic teams. His memory, they acknowledged him in a moment of silence before the match tonight. Stanford out of the timeout. Chance to put this one in the books, and what a start for the Cardinal if they can get it done. Go home 4-0. Knock off 3 ranked top 25 opponents. Reitzman from the back. And we got a net violation again on Stanford. So it keeps Marquette, the hopes, still alive here. They will need 2 unanswered to force the issue. And then someone to win by 2. It's in the hands of Callie Canny, the freshman. To Ogilvy. Over her head, she got it to Minor. Minor. Back set, down the line to Harvey, and that will do it. Stanford. What a trip to Wisconsin it was. A memorable trip to kickstart their ACC season. Kevin Hambley says we're going to have some terrific matches ahead in the ACC. So this is what he signed up for to get his team prepared for just that. Marquette, same thing. They've got to face Kansas, who's ranked number 15 in the country, back here at the Al McGuire Center on Friday. Stanford, impressive start to their season, winning in straight sets here in Milwaukee against the Marquette Golden Eagles, 25-18, 25-17, and 25-22. That'll do it. For all the fine folks on our crew here in Milwaukee from Rush Media and all the Marquette folks who make it all happen, I'm Bob Brainerd saying so long from the Al McGuire Center on the campus of Marquette in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There's your final score once again. Stanford in a clean sweep. The number 5 team beats the number 24 team in straight sets.